So yeah, there's OTC, but again, unless you have $200,000 that you want to put in, I don't think it's worth it. And then sometimes there's vesting schedules. Vesting is the amount of time that you have to keep the crypto in your wallet. So you're not allowed, sometimes you are, but a lot of the times if you go to, let's say you go to Solana and you say, hey Solana, I would like to buy $500,000 of your crypto, which I don't even know if you can. I'm sure you can. Or you go through a fund that owns a lot of Solana, whatever. They would be like, sure, but this is our vesting schedule. And so you would have a vesting phase with a cliff. After the cliff, you can sort of like start withdrawing some of your crypto, whatever. Again, if you're a normal person, I don't think you need to worry about any of that. So yeah, I skipped a lot of, sorry, I'm vaping. I skipped a lot of like trading options that you could use because I'm trying to keep it very simple. But I do want to touch on a couple ones that are usually like determined by the time frame. So how quickly you buy and you sell. So you have something called scalping, which is a very, very quick trading style, which is basically like a couple minutes where you would look at the chart. Like my friends who do scalping are like looking at the chart and they're looking at every transaction and they're buying something and they're figuring out like the smallest chart movements. They're selling like 2-3 minutes. They go in and they go out, and that's how they make their money. Usually it's with bigger amounts as well because it's like very small time difference. And they want like the smallest price difference is good enough. So that's the kind of people that in a day they would trade like 50, 80, 70 tokens, different tokens, or they would trade the same token but many different times. So they're literally glued to their computer and they're really stressed a lot of the time. So and then there's ways that you can counter that. You can put a stop loss, which is when the price goes under a certain amount, you can ask the Binance or whatever software you're using to trade. What was that? You can ask it to immediately like sell for you so you don't lose your money. But yeah, again, I would stay away from scalping if you were a very, very beginner. And then you have day trading, which is basically you open and then you close in the same day. You can do it with big amounts, you can do it with small amounts, but it's basically that. There's swing trading, which I believe is weeks. I think swing is weeks. And then there's another one for months, I think. I think swing trading is weeks, so you would buy for a couple of weeks, hold, and then sell. That's kind of what I do unintentionally because I don't have enough attention span to watch every single day. So usually I would buy something, leave it there for a few weeks, and then I see what goes on. And then within a few weeks, I will open my wallet randomly and be like, oh shit, I forgot I had that. And then I figure out if I want to sell it or not, but I'm also not very sane in my mind. And then you have positions trading, which is basically people that really